From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a severe weather alert.
All right, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm Fred Gossett here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with our scheduled severe weather update. We're doing updates at the top of every hour as long as we still have any watches in effect and there's still a risk of storms across the area. No warnings right now. We'll switch over to the watch warning map here and do an overview. There is still a tornado watch in effect for southern middle Tennessee until 3 a.m. And the National Weather Service office in Nashville has said that they will let the watch expire at 3 o'clock this morning. So if you're watching us in Wayne County, Lawrence County, in Giles County, Lewis County, Murray County, Marshall County, in Tennessee, National Weather Service in Nashville will let the watch expire at 3 a.m. And Lincoln County is under the Huntsville Weather Service office, but they're likely to expire at 3 a.m. as well, as the storms over southern middle Tennessee are not likely to become severe. They are weakening. The rain-cooled air has rushed several miles out ahead of them, and they're not likely to be severe. Now, because of the complex moving through North Mississippi, the Memphis Weather Service office went ahead just to make it easy and be safe, extended their tornado watch counties until 4 a.m. That does go as far north as Hardin County, Tennessee, but those storms to your north are not likely to be severe. They really did that for the storm complex that's moving through the Tupelo, Mississippi area now, and that's moving toward Alabama. There is no watch of any kind currently over North Alabama. However, the National Weather Service in Huntsville and the Storm Prediction Center both have mentioned that a severe thunderstorm watch may have to soon be issued over some parts of North Alabama. We think the primary threat is going to be Franklin County, Lawrence County, Alabama, and Morgan County, Alabama in our viewing area, and then southward for that complex coming out of Tupelo. However, National Weather Service may play it safe and add some counties in North Alabama to the watch farther north of that. We have no way of knowing whatsoever which counties will and will not be included until the watch is actually officially on the board and issued. We don't know that ahead of time, because we're not the ones that make the decision. That gets decided by the National Weather Service. They will let us know when they're getting ready to issue the watch what they're going to do. But there may be a severe thunderstorm watch coming within the next hour or less for some parts of North Alabama, and it may include some of our viewing area counties. You see the severe thunderstorm warnings for the Tupelo and Fulton, Mississippi areas. Will show that thunderstorm complex in just a minute. Those are the storms that have the better chance of being severe in any part of our viewing area, and that's still a close call, and there's a chance the worst of those might miss our viewing area counties just to the south. First off, we'll talk about these non-severe storms in southern middle Tennessee. The line continues to sink slowly southward through Lewis, Murray, and Marshall counties in Tennessee in our viewing area. None of these storms are remotely close to being to severe levels. It's really just heavy rain, lightning, and maybe some 30 or 35 mile per hour wind gusts. They may get up around 40 miles per hour, but that's about it. The storms will slowly sink southward through the next few hours through the rest of southern middle Tennessee. You have not gotten them yet in Hardin County, in Wayne County, in Lawrence County, in Giles County, in Lincoln County. You will over the next few hours, but they are unlikely to be severe. They're unlikely to have severe thunderstorm warnings. They're unlikely to have tornado warnings. Now, we are not in the business of telling you that it's all clear when you still have a tornado watch. However, the National Weather Service has said they will let the tornado watch expire for southern Tennessee at 3 a.m. We can tell you that for southern middle Tennessee, the risk of severe storms is rapidly diminishing, and we don't expect these storms to be severe as they slowly move southward for the rest of the morning. And as these storms get down into places like Lauderdale, Colbert, Limestone, and Madison County in North Alabama, and Tishomingo County in Mississippi, we don't expect that line to be severe even in those counties either, because it will be even weaker then than what it is now when it gets down in there in a few hours. If there's going to be severe weather in our viewing area, it's going to be in North Alabama, south of the Tennessee River. In North Alabama, south of the Tennessee River. And I think it's going to be south of Colbert County as well. The counties I would watch closest in North Alabama for the potential for straight line winds from this complex will be Franklin County, Lawrence County, Alabama, and Morgan County in our viewing area. And then off to the south of that, Marion, Winston, Coleman, they're not in our viewing area. They're south of the counties we cover, but they would be in line for the potential for straight line wind as well. The highest wind potential, I think, is going to stretch from the south side of Tupelo over to Hamilton to near and south of Coleman. However, I can't rule out there being severe thunderstorm warnings as far north as Franklin County, Alabama, as far north as Lawrence County, Alabama, or as far north as Morgan County, Alabama, with the complex as it moves eastward over the next few hours. The timing of that is between 2:30 this morning, closer to 2:45 or 3, until about 5:30, maybe 6. And I'll circle the specific areas that I'm talking about so that there's no confusion whatsoever. If there's going to be severe storms in our viewing area this morning, here's where I'm most concerned, and it's a low threat because the worst of this complex may stay to the south down here. Timing for this would be 2:30, 2:45 until about 5:30 this morning, and there could be some severe thunderstorm warnings in places like Red Bay, Phil Campbell, Russellville, Moulton, over to Decatur, Hartselle, and Falkville, and surrounding smaller communities. I think this stays south of the immediate shoals. I think this stays south of Athens. I think this stays south of the Huntsville metro area, but it may be close for southern Madison County on closer to 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then it may continue on through the rest of like Marshall and DeKalb counties that's on east of our viewing area. If there's going to be severe weather this morning, it's going to be between 2:45 this morning and 5:30, and it's going to be in that orange circled area I drew south of the Tennessee River over North Alabama. But the higher threat is going to be down here in places like Marion, Winston, Coleman counties, and south, with the storm complexes back in Tupelo, and I'll show you why. As we loop this for the past 30 minutes, you notice that it's not really moving due east, it's moving more east-southeast, and the highest wind potential is going to be in this area right here, and that is moving more like this. So the highest wind potential with that is most likely to stay south of Franklin, Lawrence, and Morgan counties in Alabama. However, National Weather Service may play it safe and issue some warnings that far north. That's the situation with the complex coming out of Mississippi. There is the potential for winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour with that complex. And I can't rule out some severe thunderstorm warnings starting in portions of Franklin County by 2:30 or before then. If that happens, we will be on with live updates. Until then, tornado watch until 3 a.m. for southern Middle Tennessee. It will be allowed to expire on time. National Weather Service has already confirmed that. Until 4 a.m. for southwest Tennessee and north Mississippi. But we have gotten word that a new severe thunderstorm watch will probably be needed for some part of North Alabama here within the next hour or a little less. If that's issued, we'll have a post on that on social media, and then we'll show it here live at 3 a.m. on our next update, if there are no warnings before 3 o'clock. Our next scheduled live update will be at 3 o'clock, but if there are warnings before 3 o'clock, and there could be in parts of Franklin County, Alabama, we will be back with live updates as necessary should warnings be issued. Again, I don't expect storms to be severe in southern Middle Tennessee with that line sinking southward. It's weakening now. And I don't expect when those storms get into the shoals in Athens and in the Madison County, Alabama, I don't expect them to be severe there either. It's the complex near Tupelo that we're going to have to watch in North Alabama, south of the Tennessee River, between 2:45 this morning and 5:30 this morning. If there will be severe weather warnings in our viewing area, that will be when, that will be where, that will be how. If warnings are issued, we'll be back live with information as necessary. Otherwise, we'll be back here live at 3 a.m. with another status update on the situation. Fred Gossett here live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.